Hi, in this reflection, I'm going to talk about my personal area of exploration in language and cultural studies, especially about communication, identity, perspectives, and power. First, I realized that context really influences how I learn and use language. For example, in school, I focus more on structures and formal language, while in daily life or social life. And with the expressions in my daily life, I use more informal expressions. Also, the way I express my ideas changes depending on my modality. When I speak, I'm more spontaneous, but when I write, I think more about grammar and clarity. This affects how effective my communication is. Technology has also influenced my language a lot. Throughout social media and online platforms, I have been exposed to new expressions, slangs, and even different cultures, which has expanded my way of communication. That understanding to others in my context, I'm considered that the Gen Z and like the other language like DAP or FOMO, fear of missing out of something. What are other like cringe? These are like other ways of communication that my parents or grandma or other people don't understand because are other phrases to say something. About identity, I think it's impossible to learn a language without a culture because language reflects traditions, values, and ways of thinking, or of the city or of the region. Over time, my use of language has changed, especially because of school, the topics we discuss, and the influence of global culture like English. That we know that English has a lot of influence in all the country. It's the most important language to communicate with other countries, or it's a basic idiom like Spanish, whatever, or French, but the most important is English. If you have the base of English, you can communicate with the other parts of the world. In France, they doesn't like the if you visit Paris or France, you don't have to speak in English. They prefer to speak or in Spanish or in French. And the traditions, in terms of perspective, I noticed that I don't think exactly the same in different languages. Sometimes I express ideas in English or phrases and makes me more direct way, while I'm in Spanish is more emotional or expressive if I spoke in Spanish. Or are these different words? Also, throughout class discussions, I have learned to understand multiple perspectives and respect different opinions of my classmates or professors or misters, especially in complex topics. Finally, language can be source of power. It can include people when they communicate clearly and respectfully, but it can also include other of they don't understand of if language is caused a manipulate way. I think we can identify this when information is unclear, blazed, and trying to influence opinion unfairly. Overall, this experience has helped me more aware of how I communicate, how I think, and how language connects with identity and society. Thank you.